Oh, we live. I almost missed my turn, y'all. My bad. My bad. Oh, man. Headed over to my brother, to Ant's house. Went out here and kick it with him. Got another partner we grew up with. So I head on over there. But anyway, we sit here riding, man, and just had a random thought. Oh, my goodness. This is some good stuff right here for y'all. This is some good stuff for you ladies right here. D. Baby, you might need to crank this thing up. Come school some of the young girls, baby, on how to be a lady and how to be a woman and what it is to be a woman. And so, anyway, yeah. So I was sitting here I just had a random thought on my way headed to my brother's. And I was thinking about my relationships that I've been in my lifetime, you know, whether it was serious or just some, you know, the serious ones, the ones where I really gave my heart in all of it. You know what I mean? Those ones, which are very few. I wasn't that guy that fell in love 10 times, 1,000 times, 100 times. I just don't believe that love gonna let you fall in love 10 times. Not real love. Not the way I love anyway. I love hard. So if I tell you I love you for real. So I probably only been in love, had puppy love once maybe. Been in love maybe like twice, really. You know, never let myself love nobody like that. Y'all flaky. Can't do all that. Y'all flaky. So but I'm learning the hard way now, older, because after being a husband, you move different than you do when you're a bachelor. And some people out here in the single world, these women don't always appreciate that. So the random thought that I was having was that out of all of the nice young ladies that I've had the pleasure of getting to know or be a part of my life that I've loved or kicked it with on a good little period of time, I've only had one woman that was absolutely 100% loyal. I said, golly. I just thought about that thing, man. I'm for real on my way here to my brother's because probably because I know I'm finna go over here and get some mental stimulation. I need some. And this dude here, we be going places in our conversations these days. And so I guess I'm getting ready before I get over here. But yeah, so I thought about that. One woman and the difference between that woman and every other woman that I ever was with or loved or somewhat even loved a little bit or cared for, only had one that was absolutely 100% loyal. And the difference between her and all of the rest, she's the only woman, the one woman that I read the Bible with and that I prayed with. Yeah. The only woman that I've ever read the Bible with and that I've ever prayed with is the only woman that was absolutely 100% loyal to me. And never, ever, she had her ways, as we all do, don't get it twisted, but she never, ever, not one time switched up on me. Not once. Straight soldier in the trenches with your boy. And I just thought about that thing. You know what I'm saying? I said, whoa, Harlan. The difference is you prayed with that woman and you was in the word with that woman. And the crazy thing is, you not only was y'all reading the word together, but y'all was reading everything together. She had you started reading everything, man. Reading all kind of books, man, and self-help and self-knowledge and books about Yahweh and and the black man and different things that we just read together. We should take turns reading chapters in the different books that we would read. We would take turns reading chapters. I read one chapter, she would read a chapter. And like I said, Of course, this woman was my kid's mother, who I have two kids by the same woman, and she's the one woman that was 100 and 1,000,000,000,000% loyal to Harlan Suttle and never switched up on me, not one time. She never switched up, never. And I thought about that today. That thing had me crazy. I said, golly, whew, it's rough out here, boy. It's rough out here, you know. And it really made me think about some things too. I ain't gonna lie to you. But, you know, for y'all out there, you know, one thing about her was she introduced me to some new things in life when I met her. You know, and she had a standard. She didn't play my games. And I respected her for that. You know what I mean? And at that time, I didn't know nothing about, I love the Lord, now I love Yahweh. I know a lot about him now. But back then, I didn't know nothing about him. I just knew that he was there, and I knew he was always there. But with this woman, she took me to a further place in him, set a whole nother standard. She had a standard. You know, like I said, when she met me, I was, them 20s. Them 20s, man, them 20s, late 20s. I think I was 29 when I met her, something like that. But yeah, I wasn't shit. When I met her, I might have been talking to about 4 or 5 different women at that time. That's one thing about y'all women. Y'all don't understand on. Y'all be quick to run all over to other places where y'all think the grass is greener. Or y'all think something's gonna be better. Bad bag. The nigga you running to probably got about 4 or 5 women. So y'all better stop playing with these men out here. Stop playing with these men. Better stop playing with these women. There's some good women out there. Some good men out here. Y'all better lock it down and enjoy this life the way it's supposed to be. But I was giving y'all that today because that was a standard that she had set that set me straight in a lot of ways. You know, it made me check a lot of things, how I dealt with her. You know what I'm saying? And I've had one other woman that had me do the similar like that too. That her standard was something different that made a felony. And this time I was even more mature, and even had stepped up to a higher standard than being a man and respect for a woman. You know what I mean? But this one, my children's mother, the only one. She's the only one. And she's the only one that I ever read the Word of God with. And she's the only one that I ever prayed with. And I just read other books with. Amongst other things, of course, that men and women do together. But those are some things that, matter of fact, she helped teach me and train me how to pray. She was one of those. She was probably my biggest teacher in those days. And teaching me the Word and teaching me have a prayer life and how to intercede and pray for others, other than just myself and all of our selfish and greedy needs that we like to pray for. We pray for things that we want all the time. You know, she taught me how to pray for others, to intercede on others' behalf, and care for others, even in my prayer. So yeah, man, wow, crazy, ain't it? So women, ladies, gave y'all something right there. You know what I mean? Men too, gave y'all something right there, man. The reason why y'all gonna be hearing a lot about me speaking about family and relationships, especially between the man and the woman, is because I feel that they are the centerpiece of the family dynamic. You know what I'm saying? They are the centerpiece of the family. And sitting back, 45 now, man, and my life in the last, I'm gonna just say the last 4 years has been very interesting. And you know, some things that I've been watching and paying attention to, really for a while, a lot longer than that, but last 4 years has been some understanding of a few things. But the family dynamic is dear to me, very dear to me, because I was one of the lucky ones, you know, that had my mother and my father in the household, and I know the effect that it had on me. You know what I'm saying? And have the effect that it has on me even now. You know what I'm saying? You know, my father was a military man. He was a soldier. You know, my whole childhood. You know, I grew up all over the world, all over the United States, all over different continents. You know, my father was, you know, I remember growing up, and, you know, he was up, his feet hit the ground at 5:30. You heard his feet hit the ground. That's what he did the whole time I was growing up. My dad, to this day, he's still up I don't know if he get up at 5:30, but he getting up close to it. But he's still up to that same time. And then on the weekends, he was up 5:30, 6:30. Still was up early. And when he got up, the whole house got up. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't a man that was always in this is my house type of crap. He wasn't that guy. He just, he had a standard. You know what I mean? When he got up, we all got up. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't gonna be around to clean that house up, doing chores around the house, yard and all that stuff, and everybody else in the house in the bed sleep. He wasn't having that. Not at all. So when his feet hit the ground, we were trained. We were trained to get up, and we knew what time it was, and we were children, and we were and young teenagers, then teenagers, and even as young adults, and even to this day, almost now. We're getting lazy. We got a little lenient now. When we go over there now, we sleep in a little longer. But and when I hear him even now, I ain't gonna lie to you. 45. When I'm in my dad's house, when I hear him moving, my body all start moving a certain type of way. It start making me want to get up and be like, oh, time to get up. Till this day. You know what I mean? That's just the importance of having your mother and your father in the house, man. I'm going on about my mother, man, another time, but I was thinking about the fact that my dad was a military guy, and that that was the life that I had. And so coming from a military life going into a civilian world was woo. It was almost a shock. A little bit, we always be in and out, of it, being around it, but being around it all the damn time now was totally different. I wasn't used to being at home or in neighborhoods where I lived growing up, and it was a bunch of men just standing around not doing shit. That I never seen. That wasn't happening when I was around in the military, around military bases when we grew up with my father. They ain't having that. That wasn't popping, not at all. You know what I'm saying? Also, when I was in my father's in the military, I remember more so of the I probably count on one hand really the single mothers that I kids that I played with there was just them and their mother. At the top of my head right now, I can only think of maybe like 2 or 3 off the top of my head right now. But I probably could say I probably count on 5 fingers single mother that I grew up. Every household when I grew up, it was a daddy and a mother there. What they had going on inside the house or what they had going on inside their house. But it was a mother and a father there, and that was what I was used to. You know what I'm saying? And that was a whole different, and there's a whole different way of life when you deal with different people. Of course, you're always going to have your ain't shit ass people. They always going to be around everywhere. But it's not as many of them because there's they held accountable. The military hold their soldiers accountable and they hold the families accountable. And they hold that soldier accountable more so for the family. And so, if that child, they popping off, they acting up, or that spouse acting up, that whoever is the active duty soldier, he's held accountable for it. And it ain't, you ain't finna lose a whole career behind stupidity. You know what I mean? They just ain't having it. So that was the way of life that I had growing up. So coming out here into this world, the family dynamic is dear to my heart because I know what it's like and I know what it feels like, the true family dynamic. And so I know that the root of it starts with the man and the woman, and we got a lot of bullshit mixed up in our stuff, in our culture, and in the way we think, in the way our criteria and how we move, man. You know what I'm saying? And so even myself, I've been in that same thing. I ain't exclusive of it. Have to even check my criteria on what I like. You know what I'm saying? And moving forward. But I was just thinking, I said, dang, man. I said, wow. I said, out of all of the women, that was so crazy to me. That was real point. That was a real key point. It was only one woman out of all the women that I've dealt with. One that was loyal, 100% loyal. And I'm loyal. I'm loyal, by the way. Let me say that part. Well, maybe you weren't loyal, maybe you was a dog. Nah, I wasn't no dog. Well, if I was single, I dated. Let's say that. Back even in my 20s, but I always was honest. That's one thing. You can go down, you can talk to any woman that ever talked to Harlan or dealt with Harlan. Honest to the bone. Never no games, no play. Keep it 100 always. And so, no. But if I ever called you my woman, it was just you. And every woman that ever dealt with me, if they watch this video, they can say the same thing. Loyal. Hard and loyal. And so I can say what I say because I got proof. But when I think about it, when I flip that thing and I think about the women that were loyal to me, one. And the only reason was because God was in the midst. God was in it. Yahweh. He was in it. He was in it. He was in it. He was in it. And so that was the difference maker. So for y'all out there, man, y'all need to think about that thing, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, us human beings, we have very finite minds, very simple. Even when we put on for our city and try to act like we're more than what we are, we still simple, very simple. And so, you know, we think about the things that we want is real simple. Some things that, you know, when we with somebody. I lost my thought for a second. I got it back now. When we're with somebody in relationships, we're petty. We all are so damn petty, and we play so many damn games. And so what happens is the difference maker between this one woman and all the other women that I've ever dealt with was, what I said was, we was in the Word, we read the Word, we prayed together, and we was in God together, and God was the difference in that relationship. I'm sweating like crazy. And Yahweh was in that relationship. And so the difference with the other relationships, and even that relationship as well, did nothing happen in that relationship that did not happen in the other relationship that I was in. The difference is when you don't have God as the centerpiece of your relationship, Yahweh as a part of your relationship. What I'm learning, what I've understood is that when you two have your differences and y'all flesh and y'all humanism, y'all human self, and our selfish nature come into play, and we start playing, going tit for tat, going back and forth, that play right there, and we start looking at the other person. She looking at you, you looking at her, I'm looking at her, she looking at me, we're looking at our imperfections. That's the part. We're looking at our bullshit, our blemishes, the stuff that's wrong with that person. Now you're looking at what's wrong with that person. But when you got Yahweh in the midst, when you got Yahweh in the middle of your relationship, you take your eyes off of each other and you begin to put them on Him. You understand? You begin to put your eyes on Him. So now you're not looking at that person's conflictedness, and that person's not looking at your conflictedness. Because truth be told, we all conflicted. We all are a work of art, to say the least. And Yahweh know that. And so we have to, when it comes to our relationships, that was the difference in it, was that part right there. It was Him. He was the difference maker. And so I say that for whoever want to grab that one right there. Grab that one for you, for those that really looking for true love. That's really looking for something for real and not no play. You know, you got to think about what is the thing that you're focusing on that's not going to always have your eyes focusing on your significant other, the one you with, your girlfriend or your husband or your wife or whatever. You know, ours was God. I feel like Yahweh was definitely was it, period. But that was it. You know, that was the one thing that definitely was the difference maker. And definitely when it came to loyalty and infidelity. We're going to talk about infidelity, boy. Woo! Man, I've been sitting out here. I've been talking to some of these guys out here. Ladies, boy. Y'all only knew. I be talking to some of these fellas, man, you know, because people feel like they could talk to me. And I'm listening to them, you know, and on multiple levels, you know. So men come on the men, you know, little boy shit sometimes, and they get to talking. Some of these married men, man, all these married men got women on the side. All of them. All of them. And then we get to talking, and they get to talking to me, and they start talking about being married and say, yeah, man, you know, asking me about my little side pieces and all. I'm like, I never had one. Never had a side piece. I don't know nothing about that. That's too much energy. And if you married, why you married? You know what I mean? Why you look at this woman every day and tell her you in love with her? You sleep with her. You taking what you doing over here with her. You taking it back home to her. That's nasty as hell. You see what I'm saying? You know, so that was my thing. You know, I got to give mine 100%. I can't be shit. I can't give 10% of me here, 10% of me there, 50% of me there, 40% of me there, 20% of me there. No, man, the hell with all that. Plus, she don't deserve that anyway. Especially if she real one, loyal one. She deserve all of me. So, ladies, I need y'all to think about some things. Men too, think about some things. Yeah, man. But yeah, that was it. That was a different. That just made me random thought. I'm already in my brother's driveway right now. I'm pretty sure he probably like, man, this dude out here for 20 minutes. Ain't came in the house, ain't did nothing. Nah, man, I had to get this video off my chest, but that thought was profound. You know, it was profound to me. And I just feel like I just needed to share that, man. I need to share that. You know, the one difference maker in our relationship, why she was 100% loyal to me, and I was 100% loyal to her, was Yahweh. Him. We read together, and we prayed together. And that right there was glue. You understand? The only one that was 100% loyal, and the only one that never flipped, never switched up. Y'all know how y'all do. Y'all switch up. Act like y'all don't even know a nigga. She the only one that never switched up on a fella. Y'all need to think about that right there. I just feel like I need to share that with some of y'all, especially some of you ladies. You know, and for y'all that don't really believe that's on this old, there's a higher power and God, a universe, this and all that other stuff. There was something that I learned too, dealing with a worldly woman. I ain't gonna say a worldly woman, just dealing with a nice young lady. She just, I don't know what her belief was. Let me just say that. I don't want to put that on it because we never got that far. But I was dealing with her, and she asked me. I know this is just a little side note. For y'all out there, for you young ladies still trying to figure out who you are in your life, dealing with young men. This particular young lady, asked me a question. This was very, very, very profound too. Almost as profound as the thought that I had today. You know, the one I had today was you know, that was more so in a marriage situation, but this one here is when you talk about dating, I guess more so than anything. She asked me this question. And the question she asked me, man, and God bless her soul, man. Oh my goodness. She said, what is your intentions? Whew. Boy. I'm talking about that thing hit me like, whoa. Because you know what? I had intentions. I had two intentions. In that moment was one intention. And the other intention, I did have long-term intention because I did like her. And I liked her a lot. I thought she was a sweetheart and a kitty pie for sure. But when she asked me that question, my long-term intention wasn't the intention that was on my mind. The intention that was on my mind, yeah. So that thing stopped me in my tracks because I wasn't prepared for it. She had me thinking about my intentions at that moment. You know what I'm saying? And I've been smooth with some ladies. Don't get it twisted. I know how to flip that game around. And there's some fellas out there, but you kidding with that question right there. Watch their eyes. Watch how they watch. Pay, listen to the words. If they do that, and they and the eyes shift to the left, leave them alone. Because a man with good intentions, he gonna come off straight off the tongue with exactly what he wants and exactly what his intentions are. He gonna tell you, baby, I'm crazy about you. I've been watching you. I'm feeling you. This, that, and the third. But if he got some other stuff on his mind, and you catch him in that moment, he gonna shift like a mud. The eyes gonna shift to the left. Them first words gonna fumble like. They gonna fumble like a mug. So, that's for y'all out here this dating world. She asked me that question, man, and she know who she is because we follow each other on Instagram and everything. She a sweetheart, really, hell of a sweetheart. She a sweetheart, but she asked me that question, man. I'll never forget that, man, because no woman in their entire life have ever asked me that question. What is your intentions? Froze me in my tracks. So, ladies, y'all want to weed out, for y'all that getting tired of getting drugged through the mud, getting tired of getting dogged out, getting tired of messing with niggas that, got other intentions, you need to ask them up front, day one. You understand? What is your intentions? At some point or another, especially before you get that punani away, ask him what his intentions are. Girl, that right there gonna save you a lot of time and a lot of drama. So, I'm gonna go ahead and go on up in here, see what this boy finna put on this grill, see what he talking about, 'cause this boy cook, man. My brother Anthony, he ain't no joke, man. Do the whole grown man in here, taking care of his family, doing this thing, man. But I love y'all, man. Just had to get that off my chest. Like I said, for me, it's about the family dynamic. We're gonna get these men and these women together. I'm obligated. It's my job and my duty to give the wisdom that was poured into me from my mother, and the wisdom that was poured in her from old wisdom, old knowledge, old good stuff, and the things that I know in God. I have to give it. So when I give it, anyway, I cannot give it. So I feel like I need to say it, even if some of y'all might brush it off. Somebody gonna say, "Dang, you're right." Somebody might grab it. That's just my duty, just to release it. You do what you want to do with it. But I love y'all, man. Like I said, today's a beautiful sunshine day today. Man, do something for somebody. Do something that just out of your own character. Something nice. Smile today. Say something nice to someone. Just speak to somebody. Say hello. Do something nice for somebody today. On today, man. Be loved, man. This your boy Harlan Soto, a.k.a. Man of Thunder. Just trying to drop a little nugget for y'all today, man. Catch that thing. I'll holler at y'all next time.